Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AM Affirmations Space podcast, where we are women supporting women. We speak on all things women. Well, not completely, like 10% men, but 90% is all women topics that we share and we talk about because we have experienced it. We are experiencing it, or it could be something that we're going to experience. So we talk about those things here. My name is Caron Fairweather. I am also known as the Affirmation Whisperer. I am a two-time best-selling author. I have the Affirmation Whisperer product line that I have available. I have a new series, a new what do I want to call it? New brand, Boldly Becoming Her. That will be available to everyone very, very soon. Make sure you check me out on TikTok because I'm going to be going live on there on a regular basis, sharing about what it is I do and why I do it. So make sure you check us out. Go to my website, theaffirmationwhisperer.com, to secure any of the products that I have available. Or if you just want to reach out to me or reach out to us, my email address is theaffirmationwhisperer@gmail.com. Or you can reach out to us at amaffirmationspace@gmail.com. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Clivia.
Yes, I don't know where Marcy disappeared to, but hopefully she gets back here soon. I am Clivia, the servant leader at Chosen 31 Essentials, where we focus on storytelling by way of dance, healing through dance movements, book publication where your stories would build legacy, and also through hashtag Her Chosen Story, interviewing you so you can verbally use your voice to heal others and to share the stories and healing that you experience. That is who I am in a nutshell. And there's much more, but if you visit CliviaAllen.com, you can connect, collab, and get that book published 2026.
So on behalf of Miss Marcy, who is not on the screen right now, but I'm suspicious she's somewhere around. She's somewhere around making her way back to us. I think her internet may be being a little wacky right now, but Miss Marcy of Marcy Moments, you can find her on all the platforms. Make sure you follow her. She too is an author as well of multiple books and some new books coming out, as well as a coffee table issue, which I'm excited about that. Looking forward for that to come out with her and her team. So today our subject is the pain of becoming the woman no one expected. Love this topic. I absolutely love this topic because it is so much in alignment with my brand, Boldly Becoming Her.
Yes.
When you have evolved, when you have recognized where you can be a better version of yourself, be a better you, period. And I dropped the version because we are always evolving, but in our evolution, to be the best that we can be in that evolution is what becoming is all about. No matter what stage in life I'm in, I am continually becoming a better version of me, a better me. I'm going to work on dropping version because that just doesn't sit well with me. But being a better me. So the pain of becoming the woman no one expected. And you might say, well, why would that be painful? Well, think about it. You got those in your community that may not like you as you are because you, that time, that person knows you as the one to run to their rescue every time something comes up in their life. You're that one that they can sit on the phone and talk to for hours with no resolution because they're not looking for a resolution. They just want somebody to vent to. You are no longer that person. So they start, well, why you acting funny? Why you acting all kind of funny? When you're not acting funny, you're becoming. And you're being that person that makes you feel good. You're showing that I don't have to do all that to be worthy. I'm worthy just because I exist. So let me read this. I want to turn to my screens because I want to read this just as it is. Most times life changes brings a truth, particularly the midlife changing. For those of us that are 45 and up, 40ish and up, yeah, that yeah, 40ish. That would be me too, Miss Marcy. All of us actually, right? It brings a truth many women rarely put a voice to. You are becoming that woman because you're recognizing there's some things in life you no longer require. You no longer are looking after babies. You're no longer having to be at the bus stop. You're no longer having to take care of this person. You no longer have to do that. So you don't even care about that stuff anymore. So why would I want to sit on the phone and listen to you talk about something that happened at the bus stop for 2 hours? Why would I do that? I don't care about
Mhm.
that. I care about you, but that subject, not entertain that. So as we evolve, the grief, the confusion, the guilt, misunderstanding, all that kind of stuff that comes our way, we push that back because that's a you problem that I don't want to take on. So that person who is so accustomed to you being there for everything that's going on in their life, you're no longer as available. That could upset them. That could upset them. So as you continue to become that person that you're supposed to be all along, because sometimes we have to go through a few things to realize, wait a minute, that was never me in the first place. I did it for this reason or that. Becoming yourself is one of the most beautiful acts of kindness you can do for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, it can be painful because you realize, ooh, yeah, I've known her for 20 years. But becoming myself, I'm realizing I just tolerated that relationship. Think about it. And I know if not now, at some point in your life, you can attest that, yep, that was me. I tolerated that interaction for whatever reason, especially when it refers to when it goes back to our previous selves that the person really navigated to us, that previous person no longer exists. Right there, right there. That's where the pain can exist. Not necessarily for you. Maybe it could be to some level because we do grieve relationships, right? Someone you've
Mhm.
known for 20, 30 years, but you're now in this place where that's a no. You'll grieve that relationship. They will be upset with you because you're no longer choosing them over you. They're so accustomed to you doing all the things that now that you're not doing those things, they're like, well, why she what? I'm so used to her X, Y, and Z. Now their life has been disrupted. But you're becoming who you were all along. And it's
Mhm.
unfolding. It's unfolding. Let me turn this over to Miss Clivia because I could keep talking about this for a minute.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And for this episode, I actually pulled out my high school yearbook and I was reading some of the comments that some of my, not just friends, but classmates wrote, stay sweet, keep singing, you're so sweet. And, I know that you're going to be successful. And although those were words by teenagers, I know majority of them meant it, but maybe didn't realize she would become all those things, right? She would become successful. She would remain sweet. Then I think about getting married at 25, going through that hardship for those 7 years, and him wanting the person he married. She was long gone because now I'm in my 30s. It was like,
Mm,
you can't get that 25-year-old Olivia back. She's still sweet. She still sings. She still does all the things that her high school friends knew her to be. But then, even to see me 20 plus years later,
mm-hmm,
some of them, and some years ago, they're like, wow, you didn't change. But I did. I really did change because I didn't have books. I wasn't on podcasts and talking. But I think because of the person that I once was, they saw something just like, and I said in another episode, heaven recognized her. Even when I share my affirmation later on, it's really becoming the person that's destined to be. And again, people see sometimes what we don't see, and knowing who we are, it's just a
Mm,
beautiful thing. But also knowing we're growing and we are changing and shifting. So we may not be the people that we once were, right?
mm,
Blossoming into that, the identity lag. You've grown, but others haven't updated their understanding of you. And I
mm,
think that was the thing in my marriage, that he didn't understand, like, okay, she has matured. She's no longer 25. Now she's, even a more mature, beautiful. He didn't get that. And he lacked that, right? The guilt of disappointing people who depended on my old patterns. So some of those old patterns, I've always been this go happy person. So those patterns have remained because it's part of who I am. But as I shared in another episode, where now certain conversations, I am learning to say, I don't want to talk about that. No, not right now. Do you
mm,
want to come? No, I just want to chill with the children. So learning those patterns in this midlife brings a turning point, that my tolerance for self abandonment collapses. Like, I don't have to do those things for me to show up. I just don't have to. The grief of releasing a past version of myself. And I didn't grieve her, but I think people may have. And again, referring to my ex husband, he grieved that person that he met because she was innocent. She lacked certain things in regards to being in a relationship or marriage. And I didn't grieve her because I knew she was becoming somebody even, right? This is a quote: "You're not confused, you're shedding." Right? And I'll say that again. You're
say that
not
one more time.
confused.
Say that one more time, please do. Say it again.
You are not confused. You are shedding. And even as some people try to pick up those pieces, right? And maybe
Yeah,
they build their own, what their idea of of what they thought, but no, those ashes are long gone. So that's
long
a
gone.
that's a quote I'll remember. And this is
Mm,
a reflective prompt before I turn over to, actually. I'm not going to
yes.
turn over to anyone but myself. What part of me I outgrow, but keep performing, that word performing, so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable? Asking that question, I
Mm,
could answer it, but the part of me that I've outgrown, that I won't even say that I keep performing, that sometimes I may try to go back, is probably not saying no enough,
yeah.
right? Because I want to be able to be there for you. I want soft strength, that soft power. Like, I want to be that strong person for you, but realizing I cannot be that person because that cape has been
Mhm.
folded, packaged, and sent away.
You
Right?
know
So
what,
that's a
Miss
question
Cynthia?
for
Can
the
I
audience.
add
When
something
your
to that
growth
really quick?
threatens people who benefit. Sorry, Karen.
I just want to add something to that really quick.
Mhm.
That's okay. A lot of times when we are overextending ourselves to whomever that person is, recognizing why are we doing it? Are we doing it because they asked us to, or because it validates us? Which
Mhm.
has nothing to do with them. It's a us thing. I do all this because that validates me. That makes me feel needed. That makes me feel wanted. That makes me feel loved. So, in recognizing in my becoming that, man, if I don't do that on a regular basis, I don't feel validated. I don't feel X, Y,
Fulfilled.
or Z,
Yeah.
right? So, it's not them. Although you're doing it for them or with them, it's a you. I keep doing this because that's where my value lies. They didn't ask me to do this. I saw that they had a need, so I filled it. But and they tell me repeatedly, "Oh, you don't have to do that. Oh, no, 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 I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." And at that point, I believe it's not them; it's us.
Yeah.
I got to keep doing this because that's where I believe I have trained myself that that's where my value lies. So I just wanted to add that to it.
That is true. So true. When your growth threatens people who benefited from your silence. When your growth threatens people who benefited from your silence. And I experienced that in a business partnership where, and it was entering into even meeting you guys, I was in this realm of silence, being hushed, being overlooked, but doing all the things, right? And I think there was some jealousy even in that. Like, okay, she's doing all of this, but she's not, I would put it like not being myself, because I knew there was something missing from me being whole, that whole Clivia, right? That these high schoolers remembered. Because I was silent, people in the circle were threatened by my growth. Oh, she has a do production. Oh, she's writing. Like, yeah, I am. And I can still show. And this is your evolution change the emotional economy around you. And when people see that, they may not like my posts. They may not want to hear me talk, but I'm going to do it nonetheless. I'm still going to show up, right? People don't resist your change. It's how your change affects their access. Because again, the pieces that you shedded, they picked that, they built their own idea of what they want you to be. But because that person doesn't really exist, they don't even know how to acknowledge what they're seeing in front of them. Why a boundary feels like rejection to those who relied on your lack of one. Why your boundary feels like rejection relied on your lack of one. The fear others feel losing yourself. And I think I might be a little delayed, but the fear others feel when you start choosing yourself. And again, I have to reference where me saying this marriage is over was choosing myself, choosing my children, being a better version of myself. It was like a fear, right? For them, not for me. And not everyone can meet the healed version of you, because people want to see you broken. They want to see you defeated. They want to see you without a voice. And Marcy, yes, you did experience that. You shared that over time where you were messed up. And people, they don't even understand the version of you that they see. And they would never understand that. They haven't even realized, like, oh my gosh, she's brand new. No, I was always her, but I just had to go through this period of drought in order to be watered and flourish. And here's a grounding tool before I pass it on to Marcy. We're going to do some breathing.
I love this new breathing in our I love it.
I do enjoy it too. And I just, because I think I inhale, you guys are exhaling and not holding.
Oh.
All right. So when we inhale, we're inhaling, I'm changing for my good. And exhale, their reaction is not my responsibility. All right. So we're going to inhale, I am changing for my good. And exhale, their reaction, it is not my responsibility. All right. So let's inhale through our nostrils.
Changing for my good.
And exhale.
Their reaction is not my responsibility.
Not my responsibility. Let's do that again. Inhale.
Good.
Exhale.
Their reaction is not my responsibility.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's so good. Who benefits most when I stay the same? No one does. Change is inevitable. So get used to it.
That's right.
Yes. And that was some good stuff. My internet wants to act up, but I said, listen, I got something to do. Stop playing with me. Okay. Now, here's the thing, and I love the way we build on our conversations. The loneliness and liberation of becoming unrecognizable. This is some good stuff yet again. Evolution always creates empty spaces before new alignment arrives. So, loneliness, the loneliness of being misunderstood during transformation. And I had some notes here. Loneliness is simply the clearing, liberation is the bloom. Okay. So, now, and we were talking about this, why my circle may shrink, why your circle may shrink, and it's not failure. So we were talking about this. My circle didn't shrink, I didn't lose. Actually, I gained more people during my time
Mhm.
of healing,
Mm-hmm.
my revolution of going from my brokenness to my healing, because healing is a process that
Right.
never ends.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate enough not to have not to be isolated. Now, I did keep a lot of stuff to myself, but that is that pride of not allowing, like we said earlier, our
Mhm.
community to hold and take
Yeah.
up space the same way we held space
Yeah.
for the community. That was my
Mhm.
personal pride. That was what I didn't allow
Mhm.
myself. But in certain areas, like you said, Clivia, you were they looking at high school Clivia, and they're not looking at the a mother of two amazing children,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
an editor, a podcaster, a writer, a best-selling author, you know mother, daughter, ex-wife,
Mm-hmm.
because we carry all these
Yeah.
titles. um, but when you look at high school Clivia, that we so naive at that time, and you're looking at Clivia that's been
Yeah.
through life. You looking at the women who've been through life. The unhealed women will also be jealous,
Right.
but and I am grateful that we have a community of
Mhm.
healed women
Yeah.
that can stick together, in
Mm-hmm.
times when we need it. We can send a text and say, "Hey, pray for me,"
Yeah.
Yes.
and we don't have to explain. I need I need my sisters to pray for me.
Yep.
So, and that's how your circle can shrink if you don't have solid sisters
Mm-hmm.
by
Mhm.
your side.
That's right.
Mhm.
And liberation is releasing roles that you never chose consistently.
Consciously.
I'm
Mhm.
sorry, consciously. So guess what? Like we said, like especially at the church, at the church house, they be like, "Hey, do this. Hey, do this. Hey, do this." No, that's not my lane. Somebody came to me and asked me a question. I said, "Oh, that's not my lane." Okay, but I'm gonna direct you to
Cool.
Yeah.
who it might
Yeah.
be, because I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, because that's not my lane. All right. So, and we have to learn, stay out of other
Hello.
people's lanes. Drive your own car.
Yeah.
Put gas in your
Yes.
own car. Don't worry. Don't.
Don't cross
I
over
can't
on
worry
the
about.
solid line.
Right. I can't worry about on your bicycle. That's right. Or ride your own bicycle. I can't worry about Ron's brakes, and I can't worry about Clivia's transmission.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta worry about what's going on over here in
Mhm.
Marcy's lane.
Mhm.
Um, how to sit with temporary loneliness without what is
Reverting.
that? Reverting.
Mhm.
Yes, because
Yep.
you can sit in loneliness, and then that turns into a pity
Mhm.
party.
Mm-hmm.
Why me? Um, Nobody loves me, and it's hard to be in that loneliness state, but every day. So even when I was in my depressed state, coming out of it, and I'm gonna tell you, affirmations
Yeah.
was one of the
Mhm.
things that I learned. It's a
Yeah.
learning process. So that's what 4
Yep.
years ago. And when I started saying these things, and actually now I'm living the life that I affirmed 3 or 4
Nice.
years ago. Even in my
Mhm.
brokenness, I was affirming that my life it had to get better, because it couldn't go
Mhm.
no further down.
Yeah.
It had to get better, but actually, I'm actually living in the life that I affirmed years ago. So even in your dark time, in your loneliness time, Write about the life
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
have. Write
Hmm.
down what
Yeah.
you want.
Mhm.
And that's been a, and I just told my son his birthday was uh yesterday.
Mhm.
And I told him, I said, son, write down what you want for your life. Write what you want for your future. The unexpected peace that arrives when you stop performing the old you. Baby, we the episode that we did, performance versus embodiment. Stop performing. Performance, you have the mask. When you have the mask,
Preach,
you
Miss
are
Marcy.
not
Preach, girl. Preach.
when you have the mask. But when you
Hmm.
stop, and it all comes from
That's
loving
it.
on
Yeah.
yourself. If you can't love you, please don't
That's
expect
right.
somebody else
That's
to
right.
love you.
So,
Stop asking for us, stop asking for a man. I want a man to love me.
love
How about
yourself
you love you?
first. Yeah.
What is what is your love language? Because we did an episode. What's your love language? I said all of them.
Mhm.
What? All of them are my
Yeah.
love
Yeah. Yeah.
language.
Yeah.
Okay, but that is me. But I say that I am in a space of relearning
Hmm.
myself and definitely
Ooh.
re-loving
Yeah. Yeah.
myself because I I wake up, I bonnet on my head, just bonnet over here, first thing in the morning. But when I look into the mirror before I put on, I'm not even brushing my teeth yet. I say, I love you.
Hmm.
Let's get this together. Okay, I love you. Like Sylvia, I remember I was once upon a time I dance naked in front of the
Yes.
mirror.
Yes.
That is like some of the embodiment of self-love. Do it
Hmm.
without
Hmm.
judgment to
Hmm.
yourself. And when you can go without judgment to yourself with somebody else that I don't care. Now, when
Yeah.
you give me a compliment, of course, I
Yeah.
thank you and I
Hmm.
Mhm.
appreciate it. But that's on top of the compliments because I need to give myself about, I didn't tell myself I
Hmm.
love you, you
Hmm.
cute. Oh, I put my makeup on, girl. But hype, be your hype
For
person for
Mhm.
yourself. Yep.
yourself.
Yep. Yep.
Yes, and you can discover pieces of yourself that never had permission
Mm.
before. And that's where I am. I sit in that
Yeah.
gratitude of loving myself because I remember when I did love myself, then it came to the point where I broke him. But now rediscovering and relearning and reloving on me, now I know how to, because I'm not the high school Marcy. This is the Marcy who's loving her and herself, who's been through
Yeah.
some
Mhm.
stuff, who's
Mm.
been hurt, who's been
Yep.
broken, who's been healed, who's that what is that broken glass and is put back together with the cracks and the
Yeah.
imperfections. But in my
Yeah.
imperfections, I am still perfect. I am still perfect in my imperfections. I know how to love on me. I know how, and when you start
Yes.
rediscovering
Yep.
yourself, journal it. Make today today I said I love you to
Mhm.
myself. Today I
Mhm.
sang to
Yeah.
myself. Today I looked in the mirror and I
Yeah.
spoke to myself. Write down. Those are
Mhm.
Yeah.
accomplishments,
Yep.
and be proud of
Yep.
those accomplishments. And when you could say, "Hey, guess what I did today?" Oh my goodness, that's take off
Mhm.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
mask and embody yourself in self
Mhm.
care,
Mhm.
self love, self enjoyment. And what parts of your life feel too small for who I am becoming? Um, hmm, that's a good question because of the simple fact I am flourishing in every
Yeah.
part of my life. Every part of my life is just it's
Mhm.
big. It's big right now, and I'm loving it. So embodying the blessings that's overflowing me, what I asked, what I asked for, what I prayed for, what I
Mhm.
affirmed 4 years ago, they're all coming too
Yes,
fast
yes.
right now. And I want you to feel my
Mhm.
excitement because from brokenness to
Yes.
this, woo, it's back to you,
Look,
girl.
you talk about abundance. I ain't gonna call nobody's name, but I know somebody who the abundance is so great that they had to take a break in December.
Hey,
Somebody had to take a break in
hey,
December because the abundance is so great. God has
Amen.
opened windows and poured out blessings that one did not expect. So
Sure
therefore,
enough.
yes, yes,
and having your
Amen.
community celebrate that
yes.
and hate on that, like, oh, yeah, I want to be where she is one day. Instead of, oh, I should take over. Baby, enjoy,
Exactly.
enjoy.
Yes, yes. So I'm gonna wrap this up. And it's been always I just know God is so amazing how he gives us topics that we can relate to, either because we've gone through, going through, or about to begin a process. We can relate to these topics in such a realistic experience manner. And I'm so grateful for that. So finally, becoming the woman who no longer apologizes for what? Changing. I, I owe you no apology. I, what? Well, why are you changing? Why are you not? Is the question. Why
Why
aren't
you
you?
ain't?
Hold up.
Thank
If
you.
I'm
Why
too
you
much
ain't?
for you, then you too little for me.
Hello, hello. Permission to evolve publicly and unapologetically. I don't remember the first time I heard this word in reference to women evolving, but I felt like it was such an apropos word for us, unapologetically, which means I don't care. And I'm not concerned about how you feel about what I'm doing for me. I'm
Right.
not.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. And but if you don't and you want to invest your time in watching me, feel free. But don't think it is no obligation on my part to
Hmm.
answer to you for what I do. And I'm not, this is not being disrespectful. This is not being rude. I am speaking my truth. I owe you nothing.
Yeah.
I owe you nothing but the love of Christ, which I give freely.
Yeah.
But you got boundaries because my changing, my evolving, my becoming is my business.
And
And
real quick,
I'm
hang
not,
on. I was gonna say, even as we talk about this, we think about those who really envy our growth, right?
mhm,
And that's why praying over ourselves before we go
yes.
live. I know
Mhm,
you're planning a
mhm.
few things for the new year. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up above me in judgment, thou shalt condemn. I'm the head and not the tail. And all these are different affirmations to say over ourselves because you
Yes.
dare not try to come near me.
Not,
You know?
they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not. They're
Dare
not.
not.
And
So permission to evolve publicly and unapologetically, because sometimes we get may have moments of concern that, ooh, when they see the new me, they may, why are you even bothering to worry about, have thoughts about what they may?
Right.
Because I'll be very honest, and this is very transparent too. There was something I wanted to do, and I allowed myself to ponder what the thoughts would be of others I haven't talked to in over 10 years.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Marcy, look at me like that. Look at me like that, because I deserve that look. I absolutely deserve that look.
girl,
Over 10 years, I have not talked to them in over 10 years, probably haven't seen them in just as many years. But here I am wanting to do something, but concerned about what their opinions would be about what I do. What? No, we ain't doing that.
Hmm.
So I checked myself and got
yeah, you
myself
needed to
right.
have several receipts.
Yes. Because what? I'm gonna allow what I believe. And listen, I may not even be a flick on their thoughts. But here
Yeah.
I am giving them space in my head that over something that I think is going to happen. And even if it did, what does that got to do with me? publicly and unapologetically. The
Yeah.
courage to stop over explaining my
My
decisions,
decisions. Mm-hmm.
letting go of the need to earn and earn by explaining understanding from someone else. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Last I check, I'm a grown ass woman.
Mm-hmm.
Last I check.
Mm-hmm.
So I owe you nothing. Now I can willingly give to you, offer to you, but I don't owe you anything but the love of Christ, which I give that freely.
Mm-hmm.
Aligning my environment with your evolved identity, aligning my environment with your evolved what? Why would I do that? Why would I adjust my way of existing for your comfort?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me we haven't done that at some time in our life.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I've done it in my younger years. Like I said, episode, I've said this several times. Now I'm grateful for my mother, um, the way she taught me. It it can be a bad thing. Um, the way I can dismiss people, baby. One day I dismissed somebody who, like you said, that over a 20-year relationship. Um, Actually, we could just, my husband.
Yeah.
I'm like, the times that I do have to talk to him, when I talk to him is, how you doing? Okay, here's what we have to talk about. Here's the deadline we need. Okay, you have a great day. Bye. There's no pleasantries. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at
You got
all.
boundaries. You got
But
boundaries.
what you don't have that access to, hey babe, you
Mm-hmm.
good?
Mm-hmm.
Is everything good?
Yep.
I
Exactly.
may ask about the grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You
but
don't have the intimacy of the relationship benefit to me anymore.
right, right.
You don't
If
have it.
I call you there, I'm not calling to ask you how you doing,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't care. And the way I don't care, when I stop caring,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
final
It is,
destination.
and it should be. Because once you determine that that person no longer serves you in the way that you need to be served, I'm not talking about someone being at your feet, but their purpose in your life has expired.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
has expired, and that's where we get into trouble. Where we keep people around us interacting intimately, and I don't mean in a physical sense, but letting them into our world, into our private lives when they don't fit no more. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Out of familiarity? Stop it. Get used to something new.
Or you too afraid to be alone until you accept anything, but accepting anything in your loneliness sends you deeper into a traumatic situation that it takes longer to learn how to heal from, because you
Yeah,
got to heal from your own loneliness and trauma. Now you've added somebody else's BS to your BS.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So true.
So let me give you this reflection point and this journaling point. This is an amazing conversation because our evolving, our becoming, boldly becoming her requires courage for you. It requires courage to stand up for you and say no to what you no longer serves you and to be unapologetic about it. It takes courage. So, your reflection point, what am I no longer apologizing for? Your journaling point, what has my growth been trying to teach me about who I am becoming? Point blank, period, in the conversation.
That I'm amazing. I'm
And
amazing.
you know what? I would invite the audience, please, in the comments, share how you are becoming. You ain't got to tell us all your business, but just share with us this whole thing of becoming. But I am so excited about this journey of boldly becoming her. And y'all just look forward because it's on its way to being released on y'all. But becoming, becoming. at whatever age you are. I was listening to a woman that's 67, I think she said, and she said, I am no longer doing the things that I don't like to do. And I was like, yes, girl. There is no age limit on choosing you. There's no age limit on it. So, with that, we're going to get to these affirmations in our scripture, and we're going to wrap up yet another amazing episode. So, I am becoming the woman my spirit always knew I could be. Mhm.
Hmm. I honor the sacred loneliness that comes with my transformation. I trust this new version of me and I rise in her power.
Yes.
That's good. I'm growing into a woman others may not have imagined, but God always saw. Every stretch, tear, and transition is making room and has made room for the version of me that is stronger, wiser, and fully aligned with my purpose.
Yes, because the Cliffy I met 3+ years ago ain't the
I didn't
same
want to come on
Cliffy I
stage.
know today.
Just listening, just listening.
Just listening, just listening.
And
And
now
he
they're
comes up
listening
with a
to
whole
you.
song, busts out in a whole. Did she just put us all the
Listen,
way under
30,
his
40 people in
song?
the room, and she just burst into song. I'm like, what? What's happening? What's happening right now?
That was the way in of my comfort.
Sure, bud.
Look at you now. And we are what I love about it, what we talk about, we're living translucent, what is it? Entities of what we do, what
Yeah,
we're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
We're a
You can
real,
go
demonstration.
back
real.
and look at
Yeah,
us on our
yeah,
social media
yeah.
platforms. Go back a couple of years and look
Yes.
at us then, and now look at
That
us
is
now.
now. We
Yeah,
are
Mhm.
and
a
then we
physical
go on our social media.
demonstration of that
Yeah.
becoming. A physical demonstration of that becoming. Girl, go ahead and get to the scripture before we start up again.
I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. Psalm 32, verse 8.
Yes, yes. And I really do encourage our listening audience, share this episode with someone who also are working on their becoming. Share it with someone who may need to begin to work on their becoming, because this episode could be the catalyst for them to begin that evolution of shedding all of those expectations that were placed on us or that we placed on ourselves, and allowing her to be seen. So, with that being said, everybody, peace and blessings to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And never, ever, ever, ever forget what, Miss Clivia?
You are your first priority, so act like it.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.